14.8 yards per game, but it looks like Dustin Kapke will get the start tonight. Well, we have a lot in store for this pregame show here on Ole Red 99.5, and we have a few interviews with both head coaches, and then we'll be ready for kickoff before you know it. For first, we will have a pregame interview with head coach Matt Edson coming up next on Ole Red 99.5. All right, welcome back to Ole Red's coverage of high school football. We're here with head coach Matt Edson. I'm excited for the season to start on Thursday. How is the team looking so far? Leading up to Thursday, how are they doing, not only in practice, but in this heat as well, in this heat wave?
Yeah, we're a really young football team. We got, 29 underclassmen, so freshmen and sophomores, which I'm considering underclassmen, then we got 9 or 10 juniors and seniors.
Wow.
So we actually practiced at 8 p.m. last night, and the kids, it was decently nice, and the kids did a good job. It was... we're going to do that tonight again, then on Wednesday night, so it'll basically be the same time we're kicking off.
Yeah.
So I think it's a kind of a good for the body to get used to it like that. But we're super young. We're learning. We're trying to, keep it more simple than we have been with it. Last year we had an older team. And so with, 12 seniors this year, we got 4 seniors and a bunch of young guys, and we're going to rely heavy on the sophomores to make a lot of starts for us, and, it's going to be interesting.
Yeah.
Jarrett Wood will be the starter.
Okay.
He's looked pretty good. We're gonna, I got a freshman quarterback that I'm gonna use a little bit too, Jacob Nippert.
Okay.
But Jarrett's gonna be our quarterback. He took some snaps last year, not a ton of snaps. I think he took roughly about 25 to 30 snaps. Did a little running for us from the quarterback spot. We're going to, utilize both of them a little bit this year. I like what I see from them in different aspects of the game. Jared is definitely, he's a sophomore, and he's going to be, he'll be a good player before he's done, and he's going to be, have a good season this year too, I believe.
Turnovers are always drive killers. How do you limit those turnovers this season, especially in this first game, to get your offense off on the right note?
Yeah, we've been preaching all week just to, to be smart with your decisions. You got to. I tell them to see. You got to see, understand the concepts, the reads that they're looking at.
Yeah.
For the throwing the football, and then also the run game. We really got to protect the ball. We work on high and tight every practice. When they carry the football, they need to be high and tight. But eliminating turnovers is different in a lot of football games. So that's gonna. Be the Thursday night. So Thursday night we're going to be, it's going to be a dogfight against Tri County. They've had good history, and they have some good players coming returning. So I think, we're going to have to play clean football to get the victory for sure.
Yeah, and you guys played Tri County on the road last season to start the year. You beat them 35-0. How is your team's confidence heading into this game, having known that you guys beat them last year? And you guys can do it again and get the season off to a good start.
Yeah, it's a new year, new guys. We lost 12 guys that played last year, so it's going to be interesting, to see how it pans out. It's like I said, Tri County that was their first game 8-man or 11-man in several years for them. So, they're going to be a different program this year. They're going to have, a lot more experience. Like I said, they got good returning players coming back for them, so they'll be ready to go. It's a fun rivalry. I love playing a team that's 25 minutes away. We play multiple sports against each other. They have great history, so we get to host them this time, so that's fun for us.
Yeah.
And always opening the season at home is fun for the community, the players. So. We're looking forward to it. It's going to be a fun night. Like I said, it's a rivalry that used to happen, and then when Tri County went 8-man, we kind of lost it. And now it's kind of fun to have it back. So we're excited to play them coming up.
Yeah, and final question, Coach. But is there anything you want to say to the fans listening about what to expect out of the game on Thursday? We know it's going to be hot, but anything that you want to say before the fans pack the stadium and show up to watch the team?
Well, I'm looking forward to seeing packed stands for sure. I mean, come out and support the Jeffs. It's going to be, like I said, we're going to be a young football team, but we have some good juniors and seniors that are good leaders that have got a lot of experience. So come out and support us. So we'll be like a different look this year, and we're excited for the season.
All right, and they're excited for the season, and we are as well. As this game gets closer and closer, that was head coach of the Fairbury Jeffs, Matt Edson. And after this, we will have the head coach of Tri-County Trojans, Brett Scheiding, coming up next with another interview on Ole Red. Welcome back to Ole Red's coverage of high school football. We are here with head coach of the Tri-County Trojans, Brett Scheiding, for another pregame interview. Well, how are they looking so far during practice?
Not bad. We've got, a fair amount of experience actually returning, so that's been pretty helpful. I feel like, we're definitely ahead of where we were a year ago, and we're not transitioning back from 8-man this year, and a lot of these guys have that game experience, so that has made things move along a lot quicker than where we were before.
Yeah, and speaking of returning, you have a returning quarterback this season, but you guys kind of struggled to get the passing offense going last year. How are you guys looking to get that, to get the passing offense going this year and start making some deep passes?
Right. Well, a big thing is, I feel like the guys that we have, that we spread out a little bit, are pretty athletic and they're intelligent. And so we're going to have to find ways to spread the ball out a little bit to all of our different weapons and use different guys and, try to keep people from stacking the box on us. I think that was a big thing last year. Maybe up front we weren't, we still aren't huge. We aren't big, but we at least have some experience there and can hold people off a little bit and give us a little bit more time and then just use our athleticism a little bit better than we were able to last year. I mean, we were outgunned last year for the most part, I think, and I hate to make any excuses, but I think we're in a better place this year to start with.
Just going to defense, you guys had 18 tackles for loss, and you guys had 8 picks last year. What's the defense looking like this year? I know you guys have a lot of returning players.
Yeah, I think we look pretty good actually. I thought we did a pretty good job of stopping the run for the most part. We took our lumps again. We were outsized, but they did a pretty good job of stopping the run for the most part. And then we did pick off some passes. I'd actually like to see that number come up a little bit.
Yeah.
And I think we're going to be able to do that. Again, we got a lot more experience, especially at the second level. Maybe not up front, but at the second level. And so we can mix guys up, maybe, mix in some good blitzes and things like that to cause some turnovers and stuff to give us a better chance offensively.
Yeah, and one key word that I'm noticing from both of us is experience. You had a little bit of a young lineup last year. How do you think the experience of this team is going to help you guys this year?
Oh, it's massive because the thinking, the game is so fast on Friday nights for guys that are just jumping into it.
Yeah.
And it slows down a lot more when you feel comfortable in what you're doing and you're just out there kind of having fun and seeing things instead of thinking.
Yeah.
And, so you can let that experience take over. And, we're pretty well spread out with numbers throughout classes too. And we have not been there for a while. So it's pretty nice.
Yeah. And, you guys had fallen. So you guys played Fairbury at home last year in the opener. Mm-hmm. You guys lost 35-0. What do you? You have a lot of returning players. You guys know your offense. You know your defense. You kind of know Fairbury as well. What are you guys looking to change this year to end up winning the game?
Well, I think last year in the first half, it should have been probably 12-0 at the end of the first half, and we let a late score happen. But in reality, we had chances to score and take the early lead last year, and, things would have been a little bit different. We didn't take advantage of the opportunities that we had. And so I think that's probably the biggest thing is, trying to eliminate miscues. I'm trying to take advantage of situations when we have them, when they present themselves. And that's, something that hopefully our experience can do. I know they're going to be well coached and they're going to have athletes, but we just can't make the mistakes that we made last year and put ourselves in the position that we were in.
All right, thank you, Coach, for the time. Once again, that was head coach of the Tri-County Trojans, Brett Scheiding, with a pregame interview. Well, we are just moments away from kickoff. It's a rivalry game between the Tri-County Trojans and the Fairbury Jeffs, week 1 of the season, coming up next on Ole Red 99.5. And we welcome you back as we're about to get started on Ole Red 99.5, high school football, the Tri-County Trojans and the Fairbury Jeffs. It's week 1 of the season. Both of these teams had seasons that they did not particularly like last year. Fairbury started out with a great record, 3-0, finished off 4-6, and then Tri-County 2-7 in their first year back in 11-man football since they played 8-man football the year prior. Fairbury won the toss, elected to defer to the second half. Tri-County to receive in the north end zone. That's over the left side of the broadcast booth. Fairbury in their all black uniforms, and Tri-County in their white uniforms with blue shorts. We are underway. The kick is taken at the 15-yard line and returned pretty nicely. This is a good return here. This could be a touchdown at the 40, to the 30, to the 20. It's a foot race. To the 10, to the 5. Touchdown on the opening kickoff. Number 36, Ben Hosling. The kickoff return touchdown goes 85 yards. Tri-County on the board first. I don't think they let the heat affect them at all. That is an opening kickoff touchdown. Tri-County did not score a single point last season against Fairbury in their season opener. That game was played in Tri-County, and the final score of that game was 35-0. But Tri-County scores in the first 9 seconds. 11:51 to go in the first quarter, and on for the extra point is going to be Tri-County, as it is up and good. That is number 11, Dustin Kapke, who gets in and scores the extra point. It's 7-0. What a start for Tri-County. And, I mean, right now, over on the left side of the stands, it's all blue for Tri-County fans. And over on the right side of the stands, it's all black and red for Fairbury fans. And Tri-County is not too far away from Fairbury, about 25 minutes. So, like both coaches talked about in the pregame interview, this could turn into somewhat of a rivalry here between these two teams, as they're not too far away from each other. And it was a little bit of a rivalry before Tri-County went to 8-man football. Now that they're back at 11-man, I think both coaches could see this potentially becoming somewhat of a great rivalry here in southeast Nebraska. So Tri-County, if you're just joining us, 9 seconds in, an 85-yard kickoff return touchdown by number 36, Ben Halsing, the junior, and it's 7-0 Tri-County. Now Fairbury would hope that they could do something with their kickoff return. So we'll have to see. Tanner Newmiller will be back to return for Fairbury as we are ready to get started again. 11:51 to go. What a start for Tri-County. They'll kick it from the 40-yard line, and it'll be number 11, Dustin Kapke, to kick it off. Taken at the 20-yard line by number 2, Nick Smith, and he is wrapped up on the near side quickly. A gain of just about 3 yards, gets out to the 23-yard line.
Tackled on the play by number 81, Caden Van Winkle.
And you can see Caden Van Winkle with the tackle, number 81, the senior. So, yeah, Van Winkle, number 81 for Tri-County, plays a ton of positions. Linebacker, defensive back, receiver, ton of positions. But now it's Fairbury's turn on offense. Jarrett Wood, number 17, the quarterback, gets the start here. Carried for 87 yards last season. Passed for 28 on 2 completions and 5 attempts. A high snap, and there's a penalty flag on the play. Let's see what the call is from the ref. Might be what seems to be a false start. Fairbury's starting on the 23-yard line. There actually is no penalty flag. And I think the refs weren't particularly ready for the snap. 11:46 to go in the first quarter, just 14 seconds into the game. First play from scrimmage, high snap and a little bit of miscommunication between the running back and the quarterback, Jarrett Wood and Riley Arner. Arner was lined up on the wrong side. So a loss of 2 yards on the play.
Stop on the play by number 55, Eve Costello.
So second and now 13 coming up here for Fairbury, ball on the 20-yard line in their own territory. This defense for Tri-County, they have a lot of good experience, a lot of good returners as well. We'll get more into that on the next play. No receivers in the backfield. It's a run play. QB draw and dropped for a loss of 1 yard. In the backfield is Jarrett Wood. It's a loss of 1. A flag is on the play.
Ball is carried by number 17, Jarrett Wood, but there's a penalty flag on the play.
There's a penalty flag on the play.
Face mask against Tri-County.
And it's gonna be a face mask on Tri-County. You can hear everything from the PA announcer. A crowd mic implemented into this game. Should be able to hear the crowd, should be able to hear the PA announcer. So the ball is moved from the 19-yard line all the way up to the 24. So it is now 2nd and 10 with 11 minutes to go in the first quarter. Just a minute in. It's already been this chaotic so far. Lined up behind Wood. And a high snap, and Wood has trouble fielding it. And jumping out is Riley Arner. It was a fumble off of Wood. Arner had to fall on it at the 20-yard line. And the ball will be spotted at the 21. So that play loses 3 yards. And now it is 3rd and 13 for Fairbury. A high snap for Jarrett Wood. Aldo Ramos is the snapper, the center for Fairbury on offense. Tri-County trying to force a 3-and-out to start the game after a few penalties. The snap taken by Wood. Rolls to the right. Gets pressured off of the left side, throws it deep, and he's got a man open. It's caught and getting to midfield to the 50, to the 40. It's a foot race again and dragged down at the 29-yard line on the far sideline. What a catch there. Can't quite tell who that is. All the way over on the other side of the field.
Number 13, Corey Nipper.
So nice catch there, nice play by Jarrett Wood to roll out to his right and complete the pass, and they're inside the 30-yard line down to the 28. So now Tri-County feeling a little bit of pressure at the 29-yard line. Fairbury 1st and 10 inside the 30. Taking the snap and rolling to the left side. Pump faking is Jarrett Wood. He throws it deep, and it's almost intercepted on the play by John Werman. Werman almost had the pick. It went in and out of his hands. The pass intended for Tanner Newmiller. Number 14, the wide receiver for the Fairbury Jeffs. Newmiller last season with 2 receptions. Okay, so we stand corrected. So Jarrett Wood is not in the game right now. Jacob Nippert, the freshman, 6'2", 165 pounds, is actually the quarterback right now for Fairbury. So it'll be 2nd and 10 after the incompletion. Pass intended for Tanner Newmiller, and the snap is taken. It's a fake. It is Jarrett Wood on the run, and he picks up about 5 yards on the play. So it'll be 3rd and 5. So it seems right now that Fairbury, we know that Matt Edson, the head coach of the team, talked about using both quarterbacks during this game, and it seems like he is using both of them at the moment. Jarrett Wood out there right now. Jacob Nippert on the sideline right now. He was out there for a few plays as well. So the sophomore will play now. Jarrett Wood in the quarterback position. Number 4, Riley Arner, is behind him. 3 receivers on the near side. Takes a snap. Handoff to Arner, pushing forward and getting down to the 21-yard line. A quick little gain of about 2 yards, and it's going to be 4th and 3. With 8:50 to go in the first quarter. So now we'll see what happens if Fairbury decides to go for it on 4th down. They have to get all the way down inside the 18-yard line. Or if they decide to go for the field goal, and looks like Jarrett Wood is running back out on the field, and they're going to go for this on 4th and 3. Tri-County Second season since coming back to 11-man football, and they have high expectations this year, returning so many players. But it's 4th and 3 at the 20-yard line. Can Fairbury convert? Jarrett Wood is out there right now in the quarterback position. Man in motion. And they have trouble with the snap and falling on the snap as it goes all the way back to the 34-yard line. It's an errant snap again for Fairbury, and it's a turnover. Jumping on it was number 4, Riley Arner, the running back, and it's a turnover. So Tri-County will start at their own 31-yard line. 1st and 10 with 8:05 to go in the first quarter, and now we will see what Tri-County can do. This is going to be very interesting because they scored on an 85-yard kickoff return on the opening play of the game. Now they bring out their offense, and I think Fairbury's defense will say, well, we want to get a shot at stopping them here. They shouldn't be up 7-0 already. It should be 0-0 when we come out on the field. But it's 7-0, and we're going to see the first play from scrimmage from the senior quarterback, who takes a snap and flings it out to the right side. On the catch is Cale Washburn, but he's quickly brought down behind the line of scrimmage. A loss of 4 on the play. Back to the 20-yard line, or rather the 30-yard line, I should say, and it's going to be 2nd and 14. Nice play there by dual threat. Looks like it was Aldo Ramos who was in there on the tackle, and now it is 2nd and 14 for Tri-County. Backed up pretty deep in their own territory so far, all the way back at the 30-yard line. Man in motion, they come and they hand it off on an end around to the far sideline. Nice gain of about 3 yards on the play by number 11, Dustin Kapke. Or rather, that was, actually looks like it was number 13, Caton Reck, the sophomore. So nice run there. And now it's going to be 3rd and long, 3rd and 12 now for Tri-County. And they're backed up pretty deep, and you got 2 safeties all the way back playing pretty deep, and Corey Nippert as well as CJ Goking, the 2 safeties back there right now for Fairbury, standing at the 45-yard line. Ball placed at the 32-yard line. Takes a snap, rolls to his left, or rather his right, and getting pressured and throws it down the field, and it's picked off by Fairbury. It's intercepted and getting all the way down to the 30-yard line and out of bounds. It's an interception, and it looks like it comes from number 24, Jamison Runge, who gets the pick. So the first turnover of the game coming from either team, despite the trouble with the snaps earlier on in the game by Fairbury. And now we will see pretty interesting situation here for Fairbury. They're all the way back at the 31-yard line after the interception by number 24, Jamison Runge, the outside linebacker. And it looks like, can't quite tell whose number that is in the game right now. Taking the snap and running it and quickly getting met in the backfield for a loss. It looked like it was Jarrett Wood, number 17. He gets quickly brought down. It's a loss of 2 on the play. And it seemed like the entire defensive line of Tri-County was in there to make the tackle right there. There's at least 3 Trojans that are making the tackle. And now we see Jarrett Wood coming out of the game in Jacob Nippert, the other quarterback. He'll come into play now on this next play, 2nd and 12. Ball placed at the 34-yard line with under 6 to go in the first quarter. And behind him is Riley Arner, the running back. Take the snap, hands it off to Arner, who cuts to the outside and is going to lose 2 yards. He backed up all the way at the 36-yard line, and it'll be a 3rd and 14 for Fairbury. So it seems like the running game right now not working out too well so far for Fairbury. And they struggled running the ball last season. Passing game was more of their forte. Well, so we'll see Nippert stay out in the game. The freshman playing in his first high school football game, and he's already playing snaps at the quarterback position in the first quarter. Not even halfway, or rather a little bit through halfway in the first quarter so far. Taking the snap is Nippert, rolls to his right, gets pressured, throws it down the field, and it's almost intercepted. Getting in there to knock it away was, I believe, the junior Pierce Damero, who almost got the pick. So you can hear the PA guy. 4th and 15. It's a long way to go. I don't suppose that they'll go for this one. They have to get all the way down to the 21-yard line. Ball is placed at the 36-yard line. And you know what? They're coming out like they're going to go for this. Wow, this is a risky play right off the bat by Fairbury. Interesting call here by head coach Matt Edson. And they're going to take the snap into passes Wood quickly outside, and it's intercepted off the hands of the running back, Riley Arner, and intercepted by number 22, Cole Spar, the junior. So back-to-back drives in this game with interceptions by both teams. And that's going to bring up Tri-County having the ball here in this game. This game is brought to you by First Tri-County Bank in Plymouth and Swanton. Kyle Pullman, Jack and Kyle Spilker, with Spilker Ag Services near DeWitt, and Crete Area Medical Center, Wilbur and Friend Medical Clinics. So Tri-County set up pretty nicely at the 37 in their own territory. Still in the game here, Dustin Kapke, the senior, takes a snap, hands it off, and an end around to Ben Holsing, and Holsing gets to the far sideline and picks up a few yards to gain a 3 on the run. It was a jet sweep, and it'll be 2nd and 7 with 4:49 to go in the first quarter. On for the tackle there for Fairbury, number 54, Conrad Kuzelka. So Tri-County just not having the season last year that they anticipated, but we keep on saying it. Head coach Brett Scheiding talked about it, how, that was their first season in 11-man football in quite some time. They were playing an 8-man for a while. Taking the snap, it's a low snap and a handoff. Up the gut, breaking tackles and getting upfield on the far sideline and getting out to the 49-yard line. There's a nice run there by Cale Washburn, the senior, number 33. So first down, they move the chains, get out to the 49-yard line. They just needed to get to the 47. And correction, 48-yard line is officially where the ball will be placed. Either way, it's a first down. Nearly at midfield now for Tri-County. They lead at 7-0 over Fairbury in this opening game of the season. And it's not as hot as it was earlier on in the game. I think this 8 p.m. kickoff was good for both teams. It's now getting in the lower 90s. I'm not saying that that's not hot, but it's way better than it was earlier. Man in motion, Kapke takes a snap. They fake the handoff. Kapke keeps it himself, busts up the seam, and gets all the way down inside the 40-yard line of the 37. Nice run there for Dustin Kapke, starting quarterback for this team. He had a really good year last year, 543 yards like we talked about in the pregame. Corey Nippert there on the tackle, number 13 for Fairbury. So they're all the way down inside of Fairbury territory. 1st and 10 for Tri-County. Ball placed at the 37-yard line. Sun starting to set here in Fairbury this evening. And this game's being played on a Thursday night, not a Friday. Friday games will begin next week for Fairbury. Man in motion is Drew Symes. They take the snap, fake the handoff. Kapke keeps it on a QB run and gets all the way down inside the 35 to the 32-yard line. Nice pickup there on the play. And a gain of 6. It'll be 2nd and 4. They have to get all the way down to the 27-yard line to pick up a first down. Tri-County playing this pretty well so far, using the running game to their advantage. And we'll have to see if Fairbury will, if they start to anticipate runs more, if Tri-County will go for play-action passes, go for some deep shots. 1 receiver on the near side, 3 receivers lined up pretty close to the offensive line on the far side. Kapke takes a snap, fakes the handoff. Actually, it's not Kapke. It's a direct snap to John Werman, the senior, who played last year a few games. He picks up a few yards and is about inches short of the first down, and it's 3rd and short. So 3rd and short. There's also a flag on the play, and I think it's going to go on Fairbury. Face mask. So, yeah, Tri-County has 2 senior quarterbacks, Dustin Kapke and John Werman, who have a lot of experience playing. They have at least 1 year in 11-man football, 2 years in 8-man. They take the snap, a flip to the outside, trying to get to the edge and not able to get there as he comes back around the other side, comes to the near side. getting down inside the 20-yard line to the 19-yard line. It's number 33, Cale Washburn, so it was a flip to the outside, and then he went all the way across the field to the near sideline and got solid yardage there. Gets about 4 on the play. It's 2nd and 6. So 1:54 to go in the first quarter, and this game has been going by very, very quickly. Not many opportunities for any breaks for these teams so far, it seems. This game is brought to you by Smith Auto in Pawnee City. Learn more at smithautone.com. Friend Fertilizer, your Reinke dealer and friend. And Glenda and Jonna Austin, your shelter insurance agents in Fairbury. So now it's 2nd and 6 here for Tri-County inside the 20-yard line of Fairbury territory. You take the snap, and it's a quarterback keep. And running it is John Werman as he's able to get close to the first down inside the 15. Down to about the 13-yard line. I think that's going to be 3rd and just inches short. So now let's see if Fairbury can end up making some play. It's about a yard short, ball placed at the 18-yard line. You got to get down to the 17, the 16 to be safe. 1 minute to go in the first quarter. And this has been an interesting game. 7-0 Tri-County off a 85-yard touchdown by Ben Holsing on 85-yard kick return touchdown. On the first play of the season for Tri-County, they go 85 yards and get a touchdown. Lined up under center. They take the snap. They hand it off. Up the middle goes number 3, Pierce Damrow. Did he get the first down? It's going to be close. With the clock still running under 30 seconds, he went right up the gut. And we'll see if they place this just short. I think it is. It's going to be 4th and inches. No gain on the play by Pierce Damrow, the junior. And now it is going to be an interesting situation for Tri-County, and they're just going to take the clock down to 000 and end this first quarter with a 7-0 lead. So 7-0 Tri-County leads it over Fairbury at the end of the first quarter, courtesy of an 85-yard kickoff return touchdown in the opening play by Ben Holsing, the junior. We'll be back for the second quarter right after this. This is Nebraska High School football. 7-0 Tri-County leads it over Fairbury on Ole Red.